This is National Native News. I'm Megan Kamrick in for Antonia Gonzalez. In Washington, the first Native American justice was sworn in Monday to the state's Supreme Court. The Spokesman Review reports Raquel Montoya Lewis is a member of Isleta Pueblo in New Mexico. She was appointed by Governor Jay Inslee to fill a seat vacated by Justice Deborah Stevens, who was elected Chief Justice after the former Chief Justice stepped down due to illness. Montoya Lewis is only the second Native American to serve on any state Supreme Court in the country. At the ceremony, Fawn Sharp, president of the Quinault Indian Nation, gave the opening invocation. The Port Gamble Squalum singers performed a gathering song and an honor song. Tribal members also draped Montoya Lewis and Stevens in ceremonial blankets. The search for a missing Montana girl is expanding to surrounding states. The 16-year-old citizen of the Crow Nation was last seen New Year's Day. Authorities consider her disappearance as suspicious. Wyoming Public Radio's Savannah Maurer reports.
Selena Not Afraid was with a group of adult friends driving eastbound from Billings to Hardin, Montana on Interstate 90. Those friends say she walked into a field near a rest stop when their van broke down and didn't come back. But 7 days into their search, Bighorn County Sheriff's detectives say that story isn't adding up. They've extended their search into Billings and parts of Wyoming and South Dakota. Not Afraid's aunt Cheryl Horn says the family doesn't know what to believe, but they'll keep searching until she's found. Horn added that her niece is the latest of far too many Indigenous girls and women who've gone missing in the Mountain West.
I'm hoping with all this searching, whether we find Selena or some other clue to another girl, then something positive is going to come out of this, all of this sharing, because we're not the only family.
Selena Not Afraid is 5'9", 130 pounds, and has brown hair and eyes. She has a tattoo of a cross on her middle finger. Anyone with information about her disappearance is asked to call the Bighorn County, Montana Sheriff's Department. For National Native News, I'm Savannah Marr.
In San Antonio, a judge granted motions to dismiss a lawsuit in late December over redevelopment plans for the Alamo and its surroundings. According to the Rivard Report, Chief U.S. District Judge Orlando Garcia gave the Tepilam Coahuiltecan Nation 30 days to refile its suit and amend its complaint. The Tepilam sued the city of San Antonio, the Texas General Land Office, the Texas Historical Commission, the Alamo Trust, and Land Commissioner George P. Bush in September. Among the claims it lodged were that its civil rights were violated because members were excluded from formally participating in archaeological work at the site. The Alamo is a Spanish mission before it became a military fort, and excavations last summer unearthed multiple human bones. The Tepilam say they're direct descendants of indigenous people who lived and died at the Alamo. However, the tribe is not federally recognized. Judge Garcia ruled the group lacks legal standing to sue the Texas Historical Commission and the city of San Antonio, according to the Rivard Report. Sovereign immunity is at the heart of a permitting dispute in Montana over a coal mine sold to a Navajo Nation-based firm. The Billings Gazette reports Cloud Peak Energy sold the Spring Creek mine and 2 other coal mines in Wyoming to Navajo Transitional Energy Company, or NTEC, last October. But the Montana Department of Environmental Quality sought a limited waiver of the company's sovereign immunity on environmental laws. Regulators argued NTEC could use that immunity to avoid future liabilities if it violated mining laws. Rather than issue NTEC a mining license, officials entered into a short-term agreement that granted a temporary license after the company agreed to partially waive sovereign immunity. That agreement expires on Wednesday, and no new agreement is yet in place. A spokesman for NTEC said last week the company is actively participating in discussions. Regulators said the firm still needs $107 million in reclamation bonds in place as a hedge against future cleanup costs. At stake are hundreds of mining jobs. For National Native News, I'm Megan Kamrick.
National Native News is produced by Koahnic Broadcast Corporation with funding by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
Support for law and justice-related programming provided by Hobbs, Strauss, Dean & Walker, LLP, a national law firm dedicated to promoting and defending tribal rights for more than 30 years. More information available at hobbsstrauss.com. From northern Minnesota, Red Lake Nation Foods is pleased to support this show and share the bounty of the harvests, wild rice products, and wild fruit jams, jellies, and syrups produced by American Indians and available at redlakenationfoods.com.
Native Voice One, the Native American Radio Network.